What's going on? Today's episode, you're gonna watch me eat beef jerky. You know, today's episode, we're selling these. Merry Christmas to me. So these are tenders, if you don't know by now. They go there. Just for size comparison, these are literally double the size of the OEMs, and the actual metal itself is a lot wider, which is nicer. That means they will stay springier longer. My wife got them for me for Christmas from R1 Industries. Now, I'm not sure if R1 Industries, or who, to be honest, I don't know who makes them. She got them through R1. The same springs can also be found on All Things RZR side by side. That website. It's literally the same brand. My machine is a Turbo S Blue. Is the name of all this metal, although it is not a Turbo S. That's just the name of the paint. These, unfortunately, don't match. These are Fire Ice Blue or something like that. They are quite a bit darker. Really, it's hard to see on camera, but it's a good couple shades darker. On camera, they look phenomenally close. Which I'm not too worried about it because these will be tucked under the machine. Yeah, I only got 2 days to do this. Days, I meant 2 nights after work to do this. Yeah. To get the tenders on, get them mounted, and set back to the height. Yeah, 2 days, because we're going riding New Year's Eve. And it's currently Wednesday. I have today, tomorrow, Friday, we're doing late Christmas with her side of the family. And then Saturday, the wife volunteered me for a wedding to DJ. Paid volunteering, by the way, to do a wedding. So, yeah. Oh, and plus, the usual, let's rotate tires before next ride. And I cannot show up in a dirty machine. So, Saturday before the gig, I'll be cleaning this. Speaking of cleaning, I highly recommend cleaning these threads before you do anything. Let's get started. Alright, so once you get your tires off, you're going to take this bolt off here. That's a 15 millimeter, both sides that is. And next, I got to unplug all the electronics, which I don't know if it's 1 or 2 of them that I've got to unplug. And then I've got to get to the bolt that's up there. Right back in here. Yeah. That'll be a little fun. What I may do is actually take the hood off and just pull back that piece of like cardboard looking insulation hood and hit it from the top. So I don't want to do what I did on the S. I stripped the nut on the S. Alright, so yeah, took a little more off than I wanted to. Loosened up both front quarter panel. Took this little piece out that covers that. Unbolted this. Do be careful because I believe it's your ECM that's under here. So yeah, be super careful. There's wires that run to it. Also mine has the front camera, so Kind of got that dangling like so. So now I'm gonna try to bring this off to the side, and I can get to that bolt right there. Yeah. That's what I gotta do to get the shock off, and then the nuts on the back side. So fun. Yay me. And this here, I believe, is your GPS tracking. I just kind of peeled it off. It was kind of just like glued on there. So I got some adhesive. I'll clean that up and spray some good adhesive back on there before I put this back together. All right, well, we got her peeled back a little bit more. Kind of against my will. Ended up pulling this back a little bit. Took the radiator supports out, or the screws out, so I can get this back some now. Believe it or not, that amount will allow me to get a ratcheting wrench in there to get that end off. And yeah, I've been spraying PB Blast on it, like, faithfully. These things are fun. Alright, so now that I got her off, sprayed this real good, cleaned it with some brake clean. Now I got a punch here and a brass hammer. I'm going to back this off. These spanners, I think are what they call them. I'm going to back that off enough so I can get it by hand. And then this, I'll be able to pop the coupler off. Slide this out. I'm going to clean everything up. Put this back. Slide all this out. Put tender in. Slide all this back together. They say you want 1 inch of compression on your tender. And I'll show you how we set that in just a minute. Well, I was wrong. There is no adjusting this connector here. As it just kind of rides up and down and floats there. So yeah. What I had to do is I had to take a punch here, kind of work this up a bit, and then I took my spring compressors, compressed the mainspring down enough so I could work this all the way up. Took the compressor off, and then to get the bump stop down, because it felt like it was seized on there, is I just took the shock upside down and just pushed my body weight from here on, where's she at? This here portion, just straight down, pushed it enough to get this off. So this might sound crazy, but while this off is, I think I may like do a little polishing. I know I'm on a time crunch, but you know, F it. I don't know. But I will clean the shock, the spring up. There's a size difference of the front. Looking at a good, what, I don't know, 2 inches? Yeah, 2 inches. So yeah. And then when I put this on, I'll take a video before I tighten everything down and kind of show you where stuff needs to set. Alright, so I got this snug. And I know I've got this compressed. I'm probably going to compress it some more to help me out here. What I have marked is I have this slid all the way to the top. Or I should say, yeah, sorry. Slid, I can't even talk. I've measured from the top of here to this mark, and that is 1 inch. So that's what I got to compress down to. Alrighty. So got this down 1 inch compressed. Let's see if we can tell. You can tell it's about a ring compression. Compared to, you can kind of see where it used to sit there. I mean, it's day and night difference from that shock to that one. Yeah. Alrighty, so got the tenders done, got them installed. We did a ride with them, and unfortunately I did not have my fronts set to the proper height. And see, their front end is very, very low to the ground. The story on that, I got the fronts done literally 8 hours before we were supposed to be on the trail that night. I got them installed. I thought I had enough compression or preload on them. Did not. I felt like I was back in the S, scraping on everything. And yeah, that was not fun. We hit a new loop out there at Rainbow Falls that just opened. It was 151 or 156, I can't remember. I think it's called Ronnie's Revenge. Crazy trail. I'm glad we rode it when we did, because it's probably super rutted out by now, because it's literally up, down, up, down, up, down. Fun trail. Alright guys, so what I had to end up doing was ordering a big boy spring compressor, as you can see in that photo. It only cost me, I want to say, $150. It's, you know, a cheapo. It's one of those I'll be using maybe a couple times over my lifetime. I ended up getting it off of Vevor, V-E-V-O-R. They sell almost everything. Some of their stuff is questionable, but it's not as questionable as Temu or Wish People. So, ended up getting the spring compressed and setting the right height to where I need to. We've been back out on the trail since, and machine is a lot better. This thing rides a lot better. 19 inches. Ain't bad. 19 inches off the ground. I mean, when I get into the machine, I gotta hop in this thing. I still gotta hop my leg up. Yeah. And then when the suspension goes full stiff, you really gotta hop up in this thing after you've done had this thing up on a jack. So, was it worth it? Yes, highly worth it. Like I said, this is the AllThingzUTV brand of tenders. This portion I'm filming now has been about 4 months since I've done the initial filming, and I mean, they've still held up strong and they ride great. So, like, subscribe. Hope you like what I did with my tenders. If you didn't, it ain't your machine. And until I see you on the trail. Later.